madness.
Live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You know the drill. The one. The only. It's the Unexpected Thrill of a Lifetime podcast. And I'm your host, Dan Fisher. It's episode 28, the March episode. I've been teasing this all day on Instagram. Are you people ready? This is the one where I turn on the microphone and I take off all my clothes. Now I will do so. That's it. My clothes are off and the microphone is turned on. We got a great show for you today. I got a lot of stuff lined up. I'm serving it up like a big platter, because that's what I do now. Sometimes you just have to work in hot foods at Acme. It's just what the fuck is going on. We got a great show. We got a lot of stuff lined up. Like I said, it's the Unexpected Thrill of a Lifetime podcast, the only podcast that you didn't think that you thought that you needed, and here we go. Spring is here. It's Friday, March 17th, y'all. And I'm feeling a little silly today. I'm in a good mood. I had a good day. It was nice out. It was the first day that was like 76 degrees in the city. And we like that. We like that a lot. Oh, yeah. But it's Friday, March 17th. And, I took the scenic trail to get here to the Evil Lab. That might not be true, but I did do a lot of roaming around today. I got in my 10,000 steps. That's what they recommend as the minimum. They say, listen, if you're gonna be healthy and you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you gotta get your steps in. And that's important. So I've been getting an average of 10,000 steps a day. And excuse me, my VCR is rewinding over here. I don't know why, but I guess the tape's over and it's rewinding. Glad we don't have to hear it. Oh, I guess it's done. Okay, great. I'm glad we don't have to. Oh, don't mind that. We're just cooking some meat back here, and it's just. Hold on, I gotta flip this one steak here. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna grab another beer. And we're going to keep on grilling, because that's what we do on this show. We're here at the Evil Lab. As you heard the plane in the beginning, we're on a plane grilling. Oh, the plane landed on a boat. We're on a plane that landed on a boat. We're grilling. We're rewinding our VCRs, and we've just stumbled into all kinds of sound effects. So, I don't think there is anything else better going on in your life right now. Can you guys keep it down back there? Like I always say, we got a sort of pirate crew that keeps the show going here. We got people in the background. I almost had to yell over this now. We got people in the background shuffling papers, turning wrenches. Okay, all right. We're gonna cut some of this out. Okay. But for some of you just had spring break. Spring break in Philadelphia is it's pretty much what you make it, I guess. The city has been quiet. I discovered that. Now everybody knows. Everybody. You get on, if you want to have a good time and have some exercise, you go for a walk. You get on the Schuylkill Scenic Trail that starts near the South Street Bridge and goes all the way up to the Art Museum and more. It goes up to Manayunk. It goes to all of these places. The mansion of Strawberry. And but it turns into a scenic trail that follows I've heard some people say the Schuylkill, but I say the Schuylkill. River, and it extends way out of here, past Hamburg and the town where Cabela's exists, a former shadow of itself, pretty much like the rest of the country, and it goes past Hawk Mountain and or Mountain if you're not from Pennsylvania. And it goes all the way out to Reading. So I'm thinking maybe when the time is right and I've got the right sack, I'm talking about backpack, folks. I think. All right. Well, there's a boat coming in now, so they just got to signal that we're on one boat, but we're in another because of the way the port is set up. It's just. We're running into all kinds of issues over here, and we're just going to try and keep it professional. But I have a lot to tell you about. My first SEPTA experience, which for those of you who don't know and who are tuning in from another city other than Philadelphia, what's wrong with you? Why do you listen to this? How did you hear about this? Oh, well, I'm not complaining. But if it is your first time to the show, we're just getting started. It's episode 28. If you're new to the show, I started doing this once a month in 2022 because the once a week thing was getting pretty stressful for a little while there. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, when it's just you and a laptop and a microphone and what is this? An iPad and an iPhone doing GarageBand. You can only take that so far. I'm going to talk about a lot of things today. I'm going to talk about the subway a little later because that's probably going to be a funny story. We're going to move some things around today. But in terms of Philly news, there really isn't much that I care to tell you about. Mainly that trail. Every week I go on, or every month I go on and on about the Bellwether District, which, who knows when that's going to be up and running. But there is something that you all want to hear about, but before I get to the news, this episode of FFN News is brought to you by. This is our little ad music. Oh, that's nice. Turn that up. Okay. Today's show is brought to you by Egg Wash. Are you tired of using egg wash in your fried chicken and you think to yourself, well, I'd like to get more than just my hands in that? Well, now there's Egg Wash, the first ever body wash, shampoo, lotion, conditioner, ass cleaning product where it does all of those things in one. And other than that, I mean, it's duck your head, folks. It's pretty. Anyway, this body wash stuff. It's pretty great. It's a pretty great cleaning, and the main feature of all of this is you want to smell like eggs after you get out of the shower. Now you don't have to just dream about it. That's right, folks. This egg wash, body wash, shampoo combo, whatever the foots. This is a G-rated show, so I have to say foots now. But yeah, whatever you need to do, you put on the stuff. You smell like eggs, which, I mean, who doesn't like the smell of eggs? Not the Easter Bunny. He fucking loves it. Oh, I just cursed. So Footson loves it. But back to the real news. Anyway, that's our product for today. You can call in or email in or basically just send in a carrier pigeon, and we will start shipping this stuff to you every month, kind of like Amazon Subscribe and Save, but this we call subscribe, save and subscribe, because you save first, and then if you like the product, you subscribe. I mean, come on, that works for you. But we'll just send you a big tub of this. I mean, you can mix it in with your smoothies, you can put it in your jacuzzi. It's great for smelling like eggs, especially if your significant other just loves the smell of eggs. Anyway, this is going nowhere. Anyway, again, I'm just gonna keep saying anyway for the rest of the show. Anyway, With all of the news out there being called fake today, it's time for the real fake news. I'm your host, Dan Fisher, and here's FFN News. And it's FFN News. Thank you for joining us. FFN News, Kanye. Well, Kanye West was kicked off of Instagram for 24 hours, although it does not apply to Pinterest. So if you want to follow Ye or Why, as we reported on, why are you acting this way? You can go to a lot of places. I mean, you might just be satisfied with his Wikipedia page. They're pretty on top of it. I have a note here that says waffling waffle iron, but I'm not sure what that's about. So I'm just going to move on. FFN News, Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz apparently joked on Twitter this week that flights to Cancun were pretty expensive right now, and that was kind of frustrating. I don't know if that was a joke or not, but then he also was very expressive and criticized President Joe Brandon when he said, "Oh, well, we're not doing enough to support the Ukrainians in the Ukraine war with Russia and the tyrant, the Vladimir Putin. So we're not doing enough," he says, and then he voted against the help that we were, trying and willing to send. So that seems a little out of the ordinary. FFN News Music. We have a new report in from a new tell-all book by the musician Slash, the lead guitar player of Slash's Snakepit, Guns N' Roses, and whatever else shitty thing he did. I love Slash, but let's stick to the guns. And I'm glad he is back to the guns. But a new report has just come out saying that Slash started wearing top hats as a kid trying to get on rides at the fair that he wasn't tall enough for. Some parents go for stand on top of my shoes, or, put little lifts in the back of your shoes. Well, Slash just said, hey, listen, I'll wear a top hat. That seems like a no-brainer. So I suggest if you have a Hobbit friend or maybe a younger sibling, get him a top hat. FFN News Gaming. Well, Halo, the TV show about Halo, I don't even know the real name of it, comes out later this week, and critics are already starting to pick it apart. They're saying, we don't like the way that Cortana looks. Cortana being the AI that is plugged into the Master Chief, the main character's helmet. If you don't know any of this, you just might as well tune yourself out for the next 2 minutes. But anyway, critics are also saying, mainly me, it looks basically like the Mandalorian, a shadowy guy who doesn't talk much in a helmet that he never takes off, with a adorable little sidekick that just really kind of seems mismatched with him. It's kind of like putting a gun next to a teddy bear. Well, anyway, I think that's all we have for today on FFN News. No. Wait a minute. I'm getting way ahead of myself here. We do happen to have some Chihuahua news. Well, we just learned this week that apparently there are 7 types of Chihuahuas out there. And then there's kind of like little subgroups too. So we've talked before about the Applehead Chihuahua and the Deerhead Chihuahua. I used to own a Deerhead Chihuahua, and it turned out, she was just such a colossal bitch, but it turns out that this bitch actually has those kind of traits. That's right, the Deerhead Chihuahua is more people oriented. They're like a lap dog, like it's just them and their owner, that's all they care about. But the Applehead, like Drake from the Chihuahua battle song, he's more dominant, but he's also very affectionate and really excitable. But anyway, so apparently if those 2 types of Chihuahua, the Deerhead and the Applehead, mate, they don't usually do that, but if they do, they create a new kind that's called the pear-head shaped Chihuahua, and apparently those are just not as fun and do not sell for very much money. But hey, you know what? That's okay. Oh, and I'm getting a call here. It seems that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is calling in. He's going to be asking the evil Carousel Empire for some, dangerous weapons and evil hell horses to ride into the fires of Moscow. And oh, never mind. You know what? The call was dropped. Yeah, I think he's using Elon Musk's internet now or something, and I don't know. There's some kind of hacking going on, I think. But anyway, we're going to move away from that now, and that was very nice. Thank you for tuning in to FFN News. We'll have more of the amazing headlines of the week, and you can also check out more FFN News on the Evil Carousel Instagram, where we take silly headlines and low-hanging fruit and weird stuff in politics, and we kind of just put our own kind of spin on it, so that it's so that it's
This is madness.
yes, it's mad. Okay, I'm starting to get booed now. All right. We're gonna move on now, and it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. I say that every segment. I just like the music. It's called The Beef. Oh yeah, it's the beef, and I have this same explanation and reaction every time. But if you're just joining us, that's right. Welcome. We don't bite. In fact, we just lick. But anyway, the beef. All right. So, no views of a driver this week, mainly because I haven't had a car in months. So, I'm going to kind of rename this segment called Views of a Walker. That's right. If you want to see some new content on our YouTube channel, we take a little bit of a hiatus every once in a while. That's to be expected. But I have this new thing going where I walk around town a lot, and I do these 1.5 minute videos of just segments of the Philly you get what I'm saying. So I walk around and I take a little videos, so people who aren't familiar with the urban life can go, this is not part of the video. There's a brass band here now, so sorry. Somebody's messing with the cash register in the background. We have a little gift shop back there, and I don't know what. Okay, all right. Hold on. Gotta turn this music down a little bit so that people know that we're serious. Okay. Where were we? All right, so I make these little videos where I walk around town. Go check it out. It's called Walking Philly, not Walking Phoenix. Don't get confused. You'll go down a rabbit hole. This week, I think it was yesterday, was St. Patrick's Day. So at work, I kept making the joke over and over that I'm making green eggs and ham and putting it out on the Acme floor. Nobody bought it. And nobody thought it was funny until the 5th time, that's what's great about repetition. It's just great to laugh and have fun and all the rest. But looks like we have some shout outs to read from all of our horrible fans. Thank you so much for being in attendance and for making it to episode 28. Can you imagine we're almost to episode 30? I mean, I can't even count that high. That's right, I'm blowing smoke into the microphone, and I'm blowing it right up your ass, baby. But we have some shout-outs today from Debbie. She comes from Boulder, Colorado. Thanks, Debbie, for listening. No message, apparently, but that's okay. We got Steve from Arkansas. All right, Steve, Middle America. Big old Steve-O, Steve Arinsky. That's nice. Okay, we got Terry in Oklahoma. That's great. What are all these random states today? Terry in Oklahoma sent along this message. He said, hey, thanks for distracting me when I was carrying that bouquet of balloons. I got them stuck in the worst tree in town. Okay, Terry, you're welcome. I'm glad you had a good time. We have Stacy at the #1 diner out in Texas. She doesn't say exactly where in Texas. I guess, you know, you don't want to be found in a state like that. But I just mean, like, you don't want people to find you. You know, it's a very small state. Has an economy that's bigger than Russia's, by the way, I just learned, which is great because, you know, it goes back to my favorite statement that John McCain said, that he said Russia was no more than a glorified gas station. I love it. But that is beside the point. We got more shout outs. We have one from Big Rick up in Canada. Okay, back up in the Great White North, huh? He says, hey, I just got done hanging out with this moose that's on my property. You always make me laugh, and you have a big, happy, fun time over there. How about some more of those sound effects? Oh, you mean like this one? Oh, that's not even a sound effect. That's all my accoutrement and my entourage that I bring around with me. But anyway, that's enough of that. Oh man, Tom Brady is back. I knew it. I knew he was coming back. I should have made an FFN News headline about this, but I'm telling you what, folks. And I told Michelle the same thing. And I told everybody this. Told everybody. He said he was retiring, but Gronk didn't announce. Mike Gronkowski did not announce his retirement. Did I say Mike Gronkowski? Is it Mike or Rob? I'm drawing a blank right now. But anyway, my point is he came back into the game to play with his quarterback. His quarterback ducks out. He says, I'm not playing anymore. So what does he do? He says nothing about retiring. So I say, this guy's not going to retire because the guy that came back from retirement for you, he's not saying he's going to retire. So I don't know. That's very convoluted, but what I'm trying to say is nobody's retiring. And my money's on the Bucks because I saw a thing online, and it could have been just propaganda, but it says that he has this pattern. Tommy has this pattern of like winning one Super Bowl and then making it to the playoffs. Winning a Super Bowl, making it to the playoffs. So if history is any guide, he will win this year's Super Bowl, which means I'm putting both of my dollars on that team. Anyway, next, I wanted to talk, you know, one thing, I'm not going to get into a whole big thing about Ukraine. Oh, very funny, Steve, the sound effects guy. I'm not going to get into a whole big rant about Ukraine. That's pretty cut and dry. Obviously, those people are heroes for standing and fighting, and that's essentially my point, is something that I've been thinking about a lot from this is like, sometimes as people, whether we have the resources to back it up or whatever, sometimes we just gotta stand our ground, you know. And it could be just some, you know, bozo on the street, or it could be somebody invading your country or whatever. And it's like sometimes you just gotta stand your fucking ground. And nobody is doing that better than the Ukrainians. I mean, it's, you know, war isn't pretty, and I'm not saying any of this is good, but the way they've been able to hold their own and just kind of like, you know, really have this campaign for democracy and everything, I'm a big fan of it, and I support it. And this is a terrible segue. I can't believe I like just talked about all that, and then I'm going in this route. But I have this ongoing Minecraft city that I've been working on ever since the beginning of COVID. It's massive, and there's a section of it called New Ukraine that I am building. You know, buildings that get bombed on the news, and you see them and stuff. I recreate them as my own kind of contribution to rebuilding their city. You know, I mean, so that's something. But while we're on the subject of gaming, we're just going to get it out of the way. I've been doing a lot of that lately. You know, one thing that's really frustrating is, you know, it's hard enough in real life to, you know, to get laid or find a girlfriend or do this or that. Talk about Mass Effect. if you want to be a good character in that game, you're not looking at you know a lot of, I'm just gonna say it, ass or anything. I mean, that game, the women don't even like me in that game. Like I'm almost through the second game, and I read online about all these complex relationships and stuff, and like it's almost the end of the second game, and I haven't had an encounter with anything. The most that there's this nerdy girl on the ship who is like, "Oh, Captain, you're back," and like I play as a female character just because I just am tired of seeing like a giant armored male character with a voice like this running around and shooting stuff. It's just like, you know what? I'm gonna play as a hot girl. Why not? Why not? Why didn't you think of that? But my point is even sci-fi AI women are just like really not that into me. I'm telling you, this girl on the ship, she's, you know, she wears glasses, she knows everything about everything, like she's there as your like sidekick, and she started flirting with me. So all that happened was I invited her to my room and we had dinner together, and then that was it, and then we acted like nothing happened. Like I don't know, not that that's my goal, but you know, it's just like, you know, I don't know. I just literally wrote in my notes, can't get laid in Mass Effect. So there you have it, folks. And you know what? This music has been great, but I'm gonna just kind of transition to something else. You know, just for the benefit of your own ears. I mean, essentially. I mean, you want to hear something else? I'm guessing. Which one is this one? I don't even remember what this one is. Okay, this is fine. Ooh, I forgot I had this much echo on my voice. Yeah, I like using echo with this song because, you know, it makes me feel like I'm in space. So, for the duration of this part of the show, I'm going to talk to you as if I am a narrator in space. I am very choice with my words, and I will not hold back on my thoughts about the universe. Oh, hey, by the way, it's a full moon tonight. So tune in to your full moon ceremony and tap into the cosmos, because we're ruled by that shit. And if you don't think it's gonna set an asteroid right up your ass, you're greatly mistaken. But anyway, I watched one of my favorite movies this week, you know, sort of a feel-good title for me, if you will, The Grand Budapest Hotel. And I was thinking about, you know, life as you do sometimes, and you know, what I'm going to do moving forward and stuff. And, you know, well, one thing, whether I'm an Uber driver or I work at Acme or whatever, I feel like sort of a servant to the people. Like, I just have to put my best foot forward and be a good person and, you know, all of this and stuff. And I think that there was this quote in, they're sitting there and they're, you know, having a drink, and the main character, Monsieur Gustave, he's having a cigarette, and they get roughed up a little bit by, you know, some of these soldiers at a crossing, and then, you know, the captain happens to know him, and he's like, oh, let them go, they're okay, you know. And so he's sitting there, and he's trying to explain to his protege, he says, you see, there are still faint glimmers of civilization left in this barbaric slaughterhouse that was once known as humanity. Indeed, that's what we provide in our own modest, humble, insignificant... Oh, fuck it. And, you know, if you're hearing that, you'll go, what was that about? But, you know, that movie is just very much largely based around poetry. And to me, what that's saying is, it's like, there are certain people in life, whether you know, are like a dancer at a strip club, or you're, you know, a waiter, or, you know, a doorman, or an Uber driver, you know, there's something about being an upbeat, positive person who is punctual and is a servant to humanity in the sense of, you know, doing service. And I think that's what he's saying. It's like, it's rough out there, and there's a lot of dirtiness and stuff, but we provide sort of a window into humanity by providing the services that keep civilization going. And he's talking about how it's modest and humble and insignificant, and then you can tell he's tired, and he goes, oh fuck it, and that, I feel like that just sums up everything. It's like, some people like try to explain why they do what they do and stuff like that, and some people just get satisfaction out of making a good meal or making somebody smile with a dumb joke. Like if I'm at a cash register and the total comes up, 1732, I'm like, oh, year I was born, and sometimes that gets a laugh out of people. It's a lot funnier than beer me. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I do what I can. I do what I can for the people. And there was no pizza tour this week on the show. Did not try any new pizza. Haven't been eating pizza, but I do have some news. I told you I was exploring the Pizza de Padilla cookbook and making some things to sample out of there. And I decided, hey, you know what? I could just apply for a job there. And that's what I did. I went for an interview today, and I'm going to be shadowing the kitchen, I guess you could say, at some point this week. And I'm going to see if I want to work there. So we shall see, and our fingers are crossed. But I think I have a lot of support in that department. And talk about the pizza tour. Oh my God, I'm going to be talking about nothing but pizza then. But, we're all very happy for me. Anyway, to pretty much end the show, I know you're saying, oh no, please don't end the show, please. Oh no, we hit the 30-minute mark. I would do a whole hour on this show. I have before, or I'll do the Rogan 4 hours, but nobody's paying attention. Nobody was asking me for that, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get my fill. It's a lot easier to edit and throw out there, but you better be watching my shit. If you're gonna subscribe to this channel and watch one thing a year, then maybe this isn't for you. I'm here to bring a smile on your face. It used to be once a week, but now it's once a month, until more of you start listening and coming on the show. That is not a threat. That is a promise and a way of life. Anyway, to end the show, we are going to talk about music real quick, really short, only for a second or a minute, so don't get used to this, but here we go. We are going to, here we go. All right, so this album of the week is I love Flying Lotus. I've talked about him a couple times before. He and Thundercat are some of my faves of modern music.
That's nice.
He's got an EP out called Reset, and it's a 5-song EP. It's great. It's great to drive to. It's great to put on in the background. He got some beats and some cool stuff going on there.
That's nice.
And the best part about that is that we were just the house was shaking. I thought maybe we were in an earthquake. First thing. But it's a great 5-track album. Check it out. Flying Lotus won't let you down. He's a great guy. And check out Spicy Sandwich. I think that's my favorite because makes you feel kind of like a spicy sandwich, I guess. So that's pretty cool. But I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for tuning in. This has been episode 28. Next time will be 29 and then 30. We'll probably, next month is April, so we're probably looking at like a 420 show because it's the 18th right now. So yeah, I'll probably do a 420 show, in celebration of Hitler's birthday. Congratulations, Hitler Jr. You are old enough to get your medical marijuana card now. This is the end of the show now.